So we're in our island scene still from our last step, and we've made sure on each step of the process that the game runs without any errors. So now we're going to take a look at this music manager. So the first thing we have to do with the music manager or music player is remove the audio source from the scene that carries that music, and this is on the main camera. So you select your main camera, select the cog in the component, and then remove component. Save your scene, because you always want to save each time. But now we're going to make that music player or music manager, and we create an empty object. Hit that cog one more time in the inspector and reset, and this resets that empty object to the 0, 0, 0 coordinates. Nice simple thing to do. Might as well change the name of the object here in the inspector, either player manager, player level. Very important about the name, and we'll see that in a few minutes. So I'm going to select Add Component in the inspector since we've been working here. Type Script. I'm going to make a new script. I'm going to name this script the same thing I made the empty object. I'm going to select Create and Add. Now when you add a script in this manner to an object, it does not go in your scripts folder. So before you even begin typing, move that script into your scripts folder. File Management, File Management, File Management. Now I'm going to double click on the script name here in the inspector. Opens the script up in our IDE, which right now is Visual Studio. I know I said MonoDevelop in the paperwork in the class, but it's Visual Studio. So for time's sake, I just copied and pasted here. Now again, remember the name of this. This is the class, Music Player. And Music Player has to be the same thing as the script title. Now ours is not. Ours is not. So I'm going to continue and show you what happens when it's not, so you can see that. But as I'm looking around, so what the script is telling me is if this object is not doing anything, then destroy it, and then print that you're destroying it. So then, as I look down here, I see that if it is playing, then don't destroy it. So down here I have this update method, void update. I don't need it, so I'm just going to remove that part. You don't have to. I'm just going to do it because that's what I do. I clean things up. So now I'm going to save with Control S, head back over to Unity, make sure the script is there. Yes, it is. Looks beautiful. I see a couple of errors, and I'm like, what are these errors? I'm not really sure. Oh, these are my trees, because there's something in there that I imported some trees and then I forgot to remove something. So it does not affect the game play. So I'm not worried about those errors. They clear out. They're not compilers. They're just an error. So now that part where I drag the player into the prefabs folder, which I'm actually ahead of myself because I haven't added my music yet, but I drag the player into the prefabs folder and I'm getting some errors, and I'm like, what are these errors? And I'm reading it. Oh, Music Manager. So it's telling me that there's this prefab of Music Manager, but there's no Music Manager in the mono behavior. What do you think that means? So I'm going to actually go in clear. I'll clear. And it cleared, so it says, okay, we're good to go. I cleared it. We're all good. Everything looks good. So that tells me that usually you can't clear something when there's an error or you can't play. So I come back over to the script and I look at it and it says Music Manager. So now I come up and I say, oh, my class says Music Player. This needs to be Music Manager. So now that my class actually is the same as the title of my script, I select Save and I head back in, and well, now I think, what should I do now? I think I'll head over to the script again because it looked like there was an error there, but maybe not. So I'm just going to save it one more time just to be sure. Come back over, see if my errors clear up. Come over to the console and it says, hey, wait a minute, there's still something going on, but I'm going to hit clear, see what happens. No, that didn't clear. That means that's bad. That means nothing would play. So I double click on that error and it takes me to the exact place where the issue is, and yet my static component was calling on the music player and not the music manager, the title of the script. Once again, save, head over to Unity. All looks well and good. This is what I mean by telling you things must be exactly the same. When I tell you that I mean it. I'm not kidding around. So now I'm going to select my music manager or music player, and I'm going to add that music to this particular object. So I head up to audio and just drag and drop that audio over to the inspector window. Bam, there it is. Make sure you select play on awake and loop. Very important. So now I can drag my prefab into my scene. I can save my scene and then do the same in all the other scenes. So I'll open each scene one at a time, take my music manager, drag it to the hierarchy, save, open the next scene, drag my music manager to the hierarchy, save, open the last scene, because I only have 4, so the last scene, that's 4 scenes with the music manager. So I open that baby up, drag it to the hierarchy, save, and then I want to test. Test, test, test. Hit play. My music plays. It continues to play. And when I go to my game, it even continues to play. I'm going to go ahead and select my coins. So I'm down to my last coin. The music's still playing. And I grab my last coin and it moves to the win scene. Come on, guy, grab the coin. And it still plays. Everything is operational. If I hit quit, shows me that it wants to quit. And everything is good. You must test after each step of the way, guys.